Hello everybody, welcome back to Evolve. We're going to be playing as Goalie in this one. We're against Roval, Cabbits, Crow and Hyde for this exchange. It's a bit of a pale map and it takes place in daytime, so we are going to go as the elite one, the albino skin. This was the mastery skin for the monsters. Every monster has one. You unlocked it by reaching max level on, you know, a specific monster, just in case you were wondering. It is traversals, and yes, we're going to go. Cabot Hyde is quite scary, but it's not as scary as Cabot Torvald or Cabot's Parnell. But it does mean that his toxic clouds are going to be dealing double DOT, so it can creep up on you, and it has done in the past for me. So, we'll see. Crow is absolutely fucking useless against Goliath, because Goliath doesn't really get affected too much by stasis. And Crow is obviously a stasis-based trapper, so he's one of the weaker picks against Goliath if he is whom you are hunting. That's going to be ability cooldowns. You are way too early. Yep. That's going to be quite a nice thing to start with. It's good to deny it from the hunters as well. You're running off to fella. We are going to dip out of that because it's a bit of a corner and I don't want to get caught. Hunters are here now, which is what that sound means, with the ship taking off. I would like some wildlife on this planet though, I have to say. Here's some. We've got some beetles. 1 bar each, which is not the king's meal, but it's something. Good. We're slowly getting there. Feeding up to stage 2 so we can get out of stage 1. If you are new to this site, you don't want to go in as a stage 1 monster, it'll end very badly for you. So at stage 1, monsters are heavily incentivized to run away from the hunters, because you're very squishy and you don't do much damage. Which is what we are currently aiding to fix, working to fix I should say. Grabbing our stage 2. This is what I'm talking about with stasis and Goliath being one of the fastest monsters, or the fastest monster I should say. So yeah. If Goliath wants to leave a fight, or he wants to chase you, he will do both of those things very fucking easily, because he has 2 traversals built into his kit anyway, with his charge and leap smash, and also one of the strongest actual base traversals in the game. So he's definitely the fastest of boys. We won't get in now because we need to start getting into some scuffs. That didn't work, that's fine. Gonna have the angle. Hyde has just willingly fucking isolated himself though, which is very nice. We will go for Crow in this particular instance because we need to get rid of this dome. Good. We'll chase Leaderman now because I want to get a strike on him who does double damage. Because if we can remove him quite easily later on, if we're in a bit of a shit spot. That was a good bit of pathing from you, sir. Where the fuck did you just teleport to? Bullshit on that one. That's fine. We'll get some of this. He used his cloak there, he didn't actually teleport as much as it looks like he did. He sort of moved away but used his cloak at the same time. I just didn't follow him with my eyes. There he is. We actually hit him with that, okay. Get him out of the sky. Good. Made him panic, pushed him into it. didn't lose barely any armour there. This might be a bit of a stompy one, it feels like it is. Some of them do like this stuff. That's the first time I've legit seen Rogue Val. I actually missed that. We do get that. Good. That's because Rogue Val was outpositioned. As I say, positioning is good in this game, as you can probably tell. Because if you're not healing your teammates, this is what happens. This was one of the, the sources of the, balance complaints. And I'll take the, the controversial opinion, because it's something I've seen across many games, not just Evolve itself. We'll just go up to stage 3 here, I think. I will actually defend the game and say that the game is actually balanced. It's a actual lack of common sense from gamers. And the reason I believe this is because many games out there, don't matter what genre it is, they require good positioning. Especially games like this, where it's like combat and things. Like, it's something that you just need to know as a baseline. But I shit you not, back in the day, because I was around back in the day as well, this is like 2015 Reddit, people were whining that the game wasn't balanced because they were literally running off against a stage 3 monster and complaining that they couldn't kill the fucker as medic on their own. Yeah, and that's not how the fucking game is supposed to be played. It just isn't, by all laws of fucking nature, If you've got bad positioning in this game, you're going to do poorly, because the game requests that of you as a hunter. You need to know about positioning. And it is, in many aspects, common sense. Obviously, you're not going to rush head-on in as the medic, you're going to stay back and you're going to heal your team. And that's when you will do better as the hunters. Better than this, is what I'm saying, to make the comparison. This is obviously bots anyway, so it's never going to be a accurate representation of the balance of the game ever again anyway. But these videos just sort of exist just to complete that, as the gameplay, but yeah, it's just very obvious to me. It's basically like that meme of the guy who's on the bike and he puts like a baseball bat in the fucking wheel as it's turning and they fall off, and then they blame the fucking game. As though the game was the issue. I need to get a proper reading of where everybody is. I think yeah, did I kill the Cabot there? No, I didn't kill Cabot because the cloaked are they? Yeah, I didn't kill Cabot because Crow is, yeah, there you go, sharing his cloak. What to feed that interface? Now he's dead. He's got his shield up at the moment. We'll go for this. That's a big isolate, so that's going to be a kill. Good. We'll eat him, get a bit of armor back. Just in case, That's probably going to be it. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, that went as it did because positioning wasn't used. 755. And I say this sometimes anyway, but like, I don't want to sound like a prick and be like I'm bragging and everything, but you are watching a 4,000 hour Goliath main as well versus bots, so I'm trying to hide not throwing, or hide throwing I should say, in certain aspects like this, because the videos literally exist to show the game off rather than it being this thing that we always win. It's just there to populate YouTube with Evolve basically, because the more videos there are out there of it, of just the actual gameplay itself, the more chance that more people are going to see it, more people might get interested in it, and then we can build a bit more traction again. We're probably not going to get another chance at revival again because they fucked it up again this time around. That's another argument that I'll take to my grave, that the game in almost every fucking aspect of, you know, problems that have presented themselves with this game, it's not actually the fucking game itself, it's the way it's been handled or the way people are actually playing it. And I know that sounds gatekeepy, but it actually is the way people are playing it. Like, I am not fucking lying when I say there were legitimately people crying on Reddit back in the day about the game being imbalanced in an asymmetrical, a 4v1, when they couldn't fucking kill a stage 3 monster as the medic, yeah, on their own. People actually wanted to fucking solo a monster as a medic on their own, and they legit took it as a personal attack from the game itself that they couldn't do that, and labelled it fucking unbalanced, yeah. And based on one or two comments that I've had recently on my videos about, you know, it's sort of creeping in. There's one or two people here and there come into the game and saying, oh, I think Monster's a bit overpowered, you know, it's a bit fucking, oh, it's a bit extreme, this. And it's like, no, it's not. It's a fucking asim, yeah? You are supposed to work together, especially in a game like this where your goal is to kill the one, and it is designed around the boss fight mechanic. Boss fights are supposed to be that. They are supposed to be hard. You're not supposed to win every time. I've always been of the notion, in terms of Evolve, it should be very similar to Dark Souls or Elden Ring, and that doesn't necessarily mean that the game is unbalanced. When you play as the one and the power roll in a game, you're providing the experience for everybody else. So when you're going to lose, if you lose a game against the one character, and what I'm saying here, we'll flip it back to the hunter's perspective on things. People shouldn't be as pissed off with losing against, you know, losing a boss fight like this as they are in that instance. Like, it's not some fucking fight for dominance over people. It's literally a video game. So as the hunter player, the game flow, the way I would say, is usually would be you actually lose more games than you win, because when you win the games, it feels a lot better and it is rewarding, and it's rewarding to be on a coordinated team. But you shouldn't be winning every game as the one that isn't the power roll. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what's happening with Dead by Daylight now, because Dead by Daylight it's basically turned into fucking 4 power rolls against 1 lesser roll. That's literally what Dead by Daylight is these days. Killer isn't the power roll in that game, because they've done nothing but fucking bitch and moan about the balance of it since its fucking inception in 2016. Because people just want the fucking power trip, but they don't want to play on their own. They want to bully people in groups. You know, that's what it's human nature in essence. But it creates a shit game. Like, I've just give up on Dead by Daylight now. I'm probably not going to play it for a very long time anyway, at least, because it's fucking boring. It's absolutely shit to play. Because you want to play. I've always wanted to play as a one in games, like Evolve. Evolve and Dead by Daylight on this topic is exactly the same for me, because I like to play as the one because I like to provide an experience for 4 other people. I like to be of the mind that I am entertaining 4 other mates in a fucking Skype call. You know, they're having a laugh, they're having a good time, and all that. But these days, 90% of the time, it's not that. It's basically just 4 dickheads who are projecting onto one person online, and you know, when they do actually lose, it turns into this absolute childish bitch fit on forums, going on about how the game's imbalanced and all that sort of stuff. But you shouldn't be winning every game, because if you are winning every game, that means it's unbalanced, you know. So I do believe that in ASIMs, especially like Evolve, and even on flavour with the lore anyway, because the lore of this game was that everything goes to fucking shit and everyone dies anyway. But I don't think in this particular, especially for Evolve, you should be losing more games as Hunter than winning them. Like, that should be normalised, I think. Because you die, you just move on to the next game, you know? You don't have to have this big fucking... I mean, some people do have to have it, obviously, because, you know, there are people who play games competitively, and, you know, there are people who pride themselves on a percentage number next to the name tag for some reason. It's not something that bothers me, but it should be this fight that you have to work for to win, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't be piss easy to defeat the power roll in any ASIM, because it's in the fucking title. It's the power roll. It should be hard to beat. I had the same argument with Dead by Daylight. You shouldn't be escaping more than 50% of your games in Dead by Daylight. It's just about seeing how far you can get, and if you win, then it feels a lot better, is what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm saying in my own mind, but, you know, word spaghetti. Anyway, there's a small little rant at the end of that. Hope you enjoyed the video, the gameplay, and yes, I will hopefully see you for the next one. Bye.